I've been in business for well over 17 years now, and in a few minutes, I'm going to share with you 5 business lessons that you need to hear, but you might not want to hear. The first lesson is you do not need clarity to start a business. You don't need motivation, you don't need vision, you don't need a purpose. That's luxury. If you have it, good and fine. But if you don't have any of those 3 things, it doesn't mean you don't need to start a business, or you cannot start a business, or you cannot do something. It's the same like going to the gym. You don't need to be motivated to go to the gym. You just have to want to go to the gym. All you need is responsibility. Let me give you an example. Most times people say it's good to leave your parents' house, or it's good to leave your home or your comfort zone and go to somewhere you would have to pay bills in order to become more responsible. Most people say this and they don't even know why they say it. Let's say you're running a business and it's not working, or maybe you're not making a whole lot of money, or you're not pushing, and you have the option of staying with your family. You can just chill, relax, you don't have to pay bills. You will not be as pushed as someone else who has monthly bills to pay. You will not be as motivated or as pushed as someone who has rent to pay. The rent is the responsibility. When you are a single mom or a single parent, you don't have a choice. You have to hustle. So you just need to have your why. The reason might just be that you don't want to be broke. For someone like me, that's my biggest motivation. I just don't want to be broke. That's why I want to do a business. That's why I want to make money. I don't care if I'm motivated. It doesn't matter how I feel that day, how I do not feel. If I have to do something, I just do it, because it's not about how I feel. I don't need motivation. I'm not waiting for somebody to come and make a speech or make me feel better, or I don't need that. I just need to not be broke. Along the line, you figure out the purpose, the vision, and all of that, but you figure those things out. The first thing you need is just your why. Why do you want to succeed? Why do you want to do the business? Why do you have to do it? If you have a strong why, the rest will just align. So in the beginning, all those things you think you need is just luxury. Like you want a perfect plan, you want motivation, you cannot do this because you're not motivated, you want to speak to a mentor to motivate you, you want a vision, you want a clear path. It would never be clear. Just do it, just get into it. Stop waiting. Stop waiting. What are you waiting for? The second thing we hear often and we think it's just a joke or it's just people babbling is you need thick skin to do business. You need thick skin because unlike what you think, it doesn't get any better. No matter how many years you spend doing business, it doesn't get easier. There's no season where you have no issues. There is no season where you don't have problems to solve. There is no season where you don't have complaints. There is absolutely no easy season. There is no season where you don't have a goal or you don't have things going on. It would always be hard. The best business people are people who have just figured out how to be comfortable in their discomfort. People just get better at feeling worse or feeling bad. You just adapt to the pain. You just get to a point where the pain is part of your life. So you need thick skin. And the meaning of this thick skin is you are able to function in discomfort. You have to be able to function in pain. You owe 100 million francs somewhere, but you can still attend your party and be happy. That's what it means to have thick skin. Business is going left, right, center, but you can still find time to spend with your family and smile and laugh. You have to develop thick skin because there would always be problems. And this is what separates the good business people from the people who are just trying their luck. People quit once they face discomfort. Oh, it's not working. Oh, I did not make profit. Oh, clients were talking to me anyhow. Oh, this is that. All those little discomforts. That's what separates the good business owners with the tricky ones. Because the good ones just get so comfortable in their discomfort. It's not like they master it. You never master business. It's a learning process. You just have to become so comfortable in discomfort that it becomes part of your life. There will always be pain. There will always be people trying to betray you. There will always be people talking horribly about you. There will always be a loss. There would always be employees stressing you. It would always exist. So you just have to find a way to have a life in that discomfort. So when they tell you to develop thick skin in business, it doesn't mean, oh, you just have to be the hardest person in the room. No, it means you have to just feel the pain, get used to the pain, and make it a part of your life. If you're not ready to live that kind of life, then business is not for you. Don't even try it. Because the bigger you get, the more money you get, the more problems you get. The bigger your goals, the more the problems. Nothing is constant. Nothing is permanent in business. Today is left, tomorrow is right, the next day is center. Like, you don't know what to expect at any given moment. You just need to be ready to face the pain and deal with it and live a normal life. The third thing, and it's really important, do not be afraid to give feedback. Be it to your employees, your suppliers, whoever, your business partners. If you're the kind of person who is afraid to give honest feedback, then business will be so challenging for you. But let me encourage you, do not hold your tongue, don't hold back. If you have feedback to give someone, no matter how negative or positive it is, find a way to say it. And with time, with practice, it will get easier. If your employees are going the way you do not like, you need to say it. If a product doesn't end up looking the way you want it to look, you need to be able to say it. And that only happens when you're typically not a people pleaser. In business, when you're a people pleaser, it's so hard for you to give feedback because you want to be in everybody's good books. But you don't even have to care about being liked or loved. That's not why you do business. If people end up hating you, so what? Why are you struggling for them to like you anyways? Why do you want to be liked so bad? Because at the end of the day, when you hold your tongue, those things accumulate, and that's how your business will collapse. Do not be afraid to give feedback. Once you see it, you say it. Don't delay. Don't even give 5 seconds. If you're giving a 5-second break, let it just be to think about your words. But with time, like I said, the more you practice giving feedback, the better you get at it. But don't hold back. If you have feedback to give your employee, make sure it's immediate. If you have feedback to give your suppliers, make sure it's immediate. If not, along the line, now you go get chest pain. If not, down the line, you're the one who's going to suffer. It's your business at the end of the day. Just do everything within your means to make sure you do not have, or you do not feel the need to be loved. It's not necessary. Just do the right thing. You need to be a kind person and not a nice person. That's what I usually say. Just be a kind person. Do good. Give, be generous, be sincere, be honest, all the good things. But don't try to be a nice person. Don't try to be liked. Don't try to go against your convictions just to please people. Or no, don't do that. Give honest feedback if you want to thrive in business. The fourth thing I need you to make peace with is you're going to lose friends, and you need to be okay with that. It's not a bad thing. Losing friends is not a bad thing. It doesn't mean they're bad people. It doesn't mean you're a bad person. It just means maybe at that time your goals or your convictions or your vision, your directions are not aligned. And that's fine. Sometimes you really love people and you want to stick around them just because, okay, we've been friends for 2 years, for 3 years or whatever. But at the end of the day, if you're not surrounded with the right people going in the right direction, they slow you down. And would you rather trade your destiny for friendship, or would you just halt it first and run along? And the good thing is, when you lose friends, you're creating space for even better people. So that should not even be a problem to you. If anybody walks out of your life because you're trying to focus or you're trying to grow, it's a good thing. It just means people who are better aligned with your vision or your purpose are about to come into your life. So as painful as it is, be it a friendship breakup or maybe a relationship, a romantic relationship, a business relationship or whatever, when those things break up, sometimes it can be so painful, but it's always for a greater cause. It always promotes growth. Something better always comes back. Always. If you think about it, everybody you've lost to some very tricky situation, you always end up getting better. Facts. You know what I'm saying, and you know this is the truth. So when you lose all of these funny, tricky relationships, friendships, and all of that, because you're trying to grow, because you're trying to go ahead, you're trying to grow your business, you're trying to focus, don't even sweat it, because you're about to meet better quality people. So rejoice. You should be happy. It's a good thing. It's painful, but that's the cost of growth, unfortunately. And I'll leave you with a bonus. Number 5, business is not fair. It's not a fair game. If you choose to play fair, don't expect other people to play fair. So let's say you have a supplier, or let's say you have a supplier and everybody in the market is selling a particular good for 1,000 francs, and they decide to sell it to you for 2,000 francs, and you've been trading with them for so many years, and eventually you find out and you're upset. Why are you upset? No, wait, why are you upset? That's business. It's not fair. The fact that you choose to play fair doesn't mean everybody has to play fair. So when unfairness in business strikes you, it shouldn't destabilize you. It shouldn't upset you. It's just the game. It's a game. It's business. Personally, I like to play fair, but I don't expect fairness from other people. Be it my employees, my suppliers, my producers, my customers, whoever the stakeholder is, don't expect fairness from them. And that's just the game. It's not a problem. But you need to be very much aware of the fact that it's not fair. It keeps you alert. So don't dull, don't sleep on it, don't you understand, don't slumber. Just be on your toes, because everybody's playing the game. The fact that you're playing it fair doesn't mean everybody's playing it fair. So if you choose to play it fair, okay, that's fine. But just be alert. And when it strikes, don't be upset. It's just a game. That's what's up. Okay, those are the tips I'll leave you with today. If you have any other questions concerning business, how to run your business, team building, or whatever you have questions in concerning business, drop your comments. I'll be in the comments reading and responding. And if there's anything you want me to talk about, please feel free to suggest. I'm here for you, and I'm here to share the little knowledge I have. So thank you for watching. Until next time, see you in the next video.